Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel today. We have new story from Reddit, and without further ado, let's get into it. AITA for kicking my brother and his pregnant wife out of my house after they disrespected my late wife. Hey, Reddit, I, 34M, need some perspective because my family is calling me heartless right now. Some background. I was married to my wife, Emily, for 10 years before she passed away 2 years ago in a car accident. Losing her destroyed me, and I'm still grieving. We didn't have kids, but we built a life together in the house I still live in. I haven't changed much since she passed. Her art is still on the walls, her favorite books are on the shelves, and I keep a small shrine in our bedroom with her photo and some things that remind me of her. It brings me comfort. Now onto the issue. My younger brother, Jake, 30M, and his wife, Lisa, 29F, recently had some financial struggles. He lost his job and Lisa is 6 months pregnant, so they asked if they could stay with me for a while. I agreed because, well, family. I set up the guest room for them and told them they could stay as long as they needed to get back on their feet. Everything was fine for the first few weeks, but then Lisa started making comments about how I needed to move on. First, I brushed it off thinking she meant well, but then she started getting pushier, saying things like, "It's not healthy to live in a museum of your dead wife. You should start dating again, you're still young. Maybe it's time to take down all these reminders of Emily." I told her, politely at first, that Emily was a huge part of my life and I wasn't ready to erase her memory just because it made someone else uncomfortable. Jake told Lisa to back off, but she wouldn't stop. Then, a few nights ago, I came home late from work and found Lisa redecorating my living room. She had taken down Emily's paintings and photos and put them in a box. When I confronted her, she said, "I was just trying to help. You'll never move on if you keep living in the past." I lost it. I told her she had no right to touch my wife's things and that she had disrespected me and Emily's memory. Lisa started crying, saying she was just trying to create a fresh start for me. Jake tried to calm me down, but I told them both they had 1 hour to pack their stuff and get out of my house. They left, but now my family is blowing up my phone. My mom says I should have been more understanding since Lisa is pregnant and emotional. My aunt says I should have at least let them stay until they found another place. Even Jake texted me, saying Lisa knows she crossed a line, but they're struggling, and I should have given them another chance. So, Reddit, AITA for kicking out my pregnant SIL and my brother after she disrespected my late wife. Update, AITA for kicking my brother and his pregnant wife out of my house after they disrespected my late wife. Wow. I did not expect this post to blow up like it did. I've read through hundreds of your comments, and I just want to say thank you to everyone who supported me. It made me feel a lot less crazy. Now on to the update. After I kicked them out, my mom kept pressuring me to apologize and let them back in. I refused, but then my aunt, bless her nosy soul, called me and said, "You need to come over right now. There's something you should see." So I drove over to my parents' house, where Jake and Lisa had been staying since I kicked them out. My aunt had a look on her face like she was about to drop a nuclear bomb on my life. She handed me her phone and said, "Look at Lisa's Facebook." I scrolled through Lisa's posts, and my blood ran cold. She had posted pictures of my house, the living room, the guest room, even my bedroom, and captioned it, "Finally making this place livable." So excited for a fresh start, but that wasn't the worst part. Buried in the comments was a message from her best friend, which said, "So glad he finally agreed to let you guys stay there permanently. You totally deserve this house." Excuse me, what? I was fuming. I confronted them right there in my parents' living room. Lisa tried to deny it at first, saying she was just being hopeful. But Jake, he couldn't even look me in the eye. After pushing him, he finally admitted the truth. Lisa had been pushing me to move on because she thought that once I let go of the past, I'd be more open to signing over the house to them so they could have a proper home for their baby. Let me repeat that. They wanted me to give them my house. Lisa figured that if she could make me feel like my house was too painful to stay in, I'd either move out or sell it and help them buy a new place. I was shaking with rage. I told them both that they were never welcome in my home again and left before I said something I'd regret. Since then, my family has been divided. Half of them are furious at Jake and Lisa for their entitlement. The other half, including my mom, keeps making excuses for them, saying they were just desperate and Lisa's pregnancy is making her emotional. I don't care. I've blocked them both and changed my locks. Oh, and one last thing. After I got home, I went to my bedroom and checked my wife's shrine. You know, the one Lisa had tried to get rid of. Some of Emily's jewelry was missing. So yeah, I'm probably calling the cops tomorrow. Final update. All right, Reddit, you asked for it. Things have officially gone off the rails. After I noticed my late wife's jewelry was missing, I went full detective mode. I checked my home security cameras. Thank God I installed them last year after a break-in scare. And guess what? Lisa had been snooping through my bedroom when I wasn't home. Not only that, but I had footage of her walking out with a small box of my wife's thing. I checked my closet, and sure enough, some of Emily's most sentimental jewelry was gone, including her wedding ring. I was beyond furious. I immediately called Jake. No answer. Called Lisa. No answer. Called my mom, and before I could even say anything, she sighed and said, "Please don't do anything rash." Excuse me? I asked if she knew what they did. She hesitated and then admitted that Lisa had already pawned some of the jewelry. That's when I lost it. I drove straight to the nearest pawn shop, small town, only 2 places they could have gone, and at the second shop, I hit the jackpot. The owner recognized Lisa from the security footage I showed him and confirmed she sold a gold necklace and a ring that matched Emily's. I demanded them back, but he told me I'd need to buy them back or get the police involved. Well, guess who filed a police report? I drove straight to the station, filed a report for theft, and provided my security footage. The cops were very interested. Turns out, Lisa had a history of petty theft that Jake conveniently never mentioned. Fast forward to yesterday. The cops showed up at my parents' house and questioned Lisa. At first, she lied and said she had no idea what I was talking about. Then, when they mentioned the pawn shop footage, she broke down crying and tried to say she just wanted to borrow the jewelry because she thought it was going to waste. Lisa ended up getting arrested for theft, and Jake, he had the audacity to call me, screaming that I was ruining his family over some old jewelry. I told him to go to hell and hung up. Now my entire family is in chaos. My mom is begging me to drop the charges because Lisa is pregnant and the stress isn't good for the baby. My dad, surprisingly, is on my side and says Jake and Lisa deserve everything coming to them. I refused to back down. They tried to manipulate me into giving them my house. They stole from me. They pawned my late wife's belongings for cash. And now, Lisa might be facing actual jail time if she doesn't pay back the pawn shop and return everything she took. So yeah, Reddit, ITA now? Because I sure as hell don't feel like it. Thank you, guys, so much for watching and making to the end of the video. Don't forget to leave a like and comment down below what part was your favorite and what would you guys like to watch in future videos, and subscribe with notifications on. And again, thank you guys so much for watching and see you in the next one. Bye.